So yeah, today we finally got some clarity, at least for now, about the dev situation and the future of Blue Lock Rivals. I just wanted to take a more relaxed approach this time and talk about the upcoming updates that we might be seeing soon, especially since things have been a bit wild recently. And I'm really hoping the devs take the opportunity to fix the stuff that didn't sit well with the community in the last update. So today's video is all about the recent polls, specifically the three major ones that dropped just 2 days ago. I know I briefly mentioned them in my last video, but that one was focused on a different topic. So this time, I want to go more in-depth. So let's start from the top. The first poll was a bit confusing, honestly. There wasn't even a proper question attached to it. But from what I gathered, it was asking the community what we want to see revisited. And based on the results, it looks like Baru's Rework or Refresh took the win by a landslide. And yeah, let's be real. No offense to the devs, but Baru's Rework was probably one of the weakest updates we've seen so far. I get it. It was their first update after taking over, but it just didn't land. And then they promised a refresh, but again, nothing really changed. I mean, maybe they tweaked some dribble distance or boosted his shot speed slightly, but for most people who were waiting and saving a slot for Baru, there was practically no noticeable difference. That disappointment was probably the second to last straw for many players before the Loki update dropped and blew things up. But hey, credit where it's due. The devs did bring polls back, and that's a step in the right direction. And now that Baru's Rework has won again with like 87% of the votes, way ahead of anything else, we can expect another attempt at fixing him up. Moving on to the second poll, which was about old characters that need a rework or refresh. And surprisingly, or maybe not, Nagi came out on top. Just behind him was Rio, which opens up the possibility of a double rework, which would honestly be perfect given their strong duo status in the manga. So yeah, I'm really excited to see what they might do with those two. Before we dive into those ideas, quick reminder, if you haven't subscribed yet, I'd really appreciate it. We're getting close to 20,000 subs and your support means a lot. Thank you if you already have, and let's get into it. So let's start with the Nagi poll. I know devs sometimes say the results of polls aren't guaranteed. Remember the refresh poll? He won and nothing's happened yet. In fact, he got downgraded from Mythic to Legendary. But I genuinely think these new polls are different. The timing is really telling. They were dropped right after the Loki update backlash, like a way to engage the community and steer the game in a better direction. And there were more than 5 different polls released in just 2 days. That's a record. So yeah, I'd say with about 99% confidence that these polls are basically spoilers for future updates. Based on that, I think we can expect reworks for Nagi, Baru, and Rio within the next few weeks. Maybe Nagi first in 2 to 3 weeks, Baru after that, and who knows. Maybe even a big QOL update this Saturday with Aiku finally getting nerfed. Don't take my timeline as confirmed info though. It's just my speculation based on what's happening right now. And we can't ignore how much the devs love chemistry reactions, right? So if we're looking at Nagi and Rio both topping their polls, it's pretty clear people want their duo to shine again. Rio especially has been struggling. Aside from a bug where he could copy Loki's moves, he's kind of one of the worst classes right now. He can't copy world-class styles, and that's basically what everyone's using now. It's rare to even find a lobby without someone running a world-class style. So yeah, it's time. I really hope Nagi's core identity stays intact, especially his trap move. There are already so many amazing Nel Nagi concepts out there, with full animations that honestly rival or even surpass the ones in-game. If you want to see them, just search Nel Nagi Concept Blue Lock Rivals on YouTube and prepare to be impressed. But devs, please don't go overboard with things that never happened in the manga. Like what you did with Aiku's snake movement or that periscope move where he drops down like Rock Lee from Naruto. And don't replace Nagi's monster either. Keep it accurate to the source material, please. Personally, I'd be fine with just a solid refresh. There was even a suggestion that laid it out pretty well. Nagi used to be such a good style, but in a recent update he got fixed and that made him worse. He deserves a refresh. Buff his trap, give him more VFX, and maybe add a second on-ball move like fake volley. Also improve his dash to be more like Dawn's golden defense. multi-directional instead of just left and right. I totally agree with that. Keep him legendary or push him to mythic if the update feels strong enough. So yeah, I remember I already made a concept before with Nell, Nagy, and Rayo, but this time I really want to drop a quick mini concept for both of them again, just because I really liked the idea and wanted to revisit it. So let's start with Nagy. Nagy Seishiro. Alright, so here's how I picture the concept for Enel Nagy. Let's break it down in a way that feels both exciting and practical. For his C move, I'm calling it Imprison. It's basically a more precise version of his classic trap, and it still keeps that same shoot follow-up we all know. It's reliable, just refined a bit. Now, the off-ball V move. This one's called Jumping Turn. If you use it without the ball near you, you'll dash in whatever direction you press, W, A, S, or D, with the same feel and speed as Nagy's old dash. But if there's a ball nearby, Nagy dashes to it and kicks it in whatever direction you're facing. It gives you that classic reactive vibe. Then we've got the on-ball V move, side to side. This one's a dribble that lets you weave around a defender and stun them as you pass by. Plus, you leave behind this really clean blue and black trail. Super stylish. When he's awakened, it gets more intense. His C move becomes a hybrid of Imprison and Jumping Turn. It works on ball now and even plays a short cutscene when you activate Jumping Turn, making it feel really special. His V move becomes Controlling Steal, which guarantees a steal. 100% success rate. Just press it and boom, ball's yours. His B move stays I am Nagy, but with a ton more VFX to make it stand out more. And the passive. Every time Nagy gets the ball, his shot power goes up by 25%, giving you a reason to play him aggressively and feed him passes. Alright, so here's another idea for a natural-feeling rework of Ryo Mikage. Something that really makes his copy style fun and competitive again. Let's start with his C move when he's off the ball. This one's just called Copy. You basically look at another player, and if you hold your aim on them, you get a little prompt with the C, V, and B keys. You choose one, and that's the move you copy from them. Now, if that move has variants, those get randomized. So there's always a bit of a surprise factor, which fits Ryo's unpredictability. Now for his on-ball C move, Chameleon Shot. It's a really strong strike. Think Sei's beautiful shot after the rework, but with this cool purple theme that gives it a unique vibe. His off-ball V move splits into two modes, Chameleon Defense and Chameleon Offense. On offense, you move quicker and your shots hit harder. On defense, you get a wider tackle hitbox and even a little bonus to headers like +1 range or height. The on-ball V move changes based on your last mode. If your last active mode was defense, you get Camouflage Pass, which is kind of like Perfect Pass but with a shorter range, more controlled and strategic. But if your last mode was offense and you pick the ball back up, you get Under and Over, which is this flashy move where you nutmeg the opponent and follow up with an automatic heel flick. It's stylish but still useful. Now once Ryo gets awakened, things level up. His C move Chameleon Shot gets even stronger. His V move becomes Capture, which is just a guaranteed steal. No counterplay, you just take the ball. Then there's the B move, Replicate. Press it once to copy a move, then press again to use it. But now it comes with Ryo's own voice lines and some flashy new effects. It's a style that's meant to feel fluid and dynamic. Not too hard to learn, but with a high ceiling if you want to get creative. Let me know what you think. Should they build Ryo like this? Or would you do something different? Let me know what you think about these concepts. Should the devs go in this direction? Or would you tweak anything? And that brings us to the end of today's video. What do you personally want to see next in Blue Lock Rivals? How would you improve the current state of the game? Do you think we'll get proper justice for Baru, Nagy, and Rayo soon? And do you want them reworked as fresh versions like NEL Nagy or just polished versions of what we already have? I'll be reading through all your thoughts, so drop them in the comments. And as always, thank you for watching.